Have you seen the sleek built-in induction wok burners and thought, should I put one of those in my kitchen? Or maybe you're wondering, is that just a flashy showroom piece or something that would actually change how I cook? I help people design kitchens that function beautifully, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to decide if an induction wok burner, whether it's the built-in or a portable one, is the right fit for your home. We'll cover what they are, how they're different, what they cost, what they require, and when they actually make sense in your layout. So there's two types of induction woks that we're going to talk about. The first is portable and the other is the built-in. So the portable, it's the plug and play versions. There's a ton on Amazon, the brands like New Wave and whatever I can't even pronounce, Abang Dugan. How do they come up with these names? They make these countertop units that plug into a regular outlet. They're great if you rent, you're tight on space, or you want to just try out wok cooking before committing to a full remodel. Now, then there's the built-in integrated models. And when it comes to induction wok burners, they're pretty rare, and the only one that I found available in the US is from JennAir, which is a very high-end brand. And it's designed to sit flush in your countertop. It's about 15 inches wide, and it lets you create a dedicated wok area, a space that supports how you cook, not just where you cook. So we're going to start thinking in terms of stations, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more. That setup is fantastic if wok cooking is a regular part of your routine, something you do often enough that it deserves its own footprint, ventilation, and flow. But here's the catch. If you like the idea of wok cooking but don't want to carve out a dedicated space for it, a built-in burner is probably not going to feel worth the effort, especially when we go through all the things you need to do. Because once it's in, it becomes part of how your kitchen functions, just like a coffee station or a prep area. It's not just a burner, it's a station. That's why I often suggest starting with the portable version because it lets you try it out without redesigning your whole kitchen. And if it becomes such an integral part of your rhythm, that's when it makes sense to go look at it deeper. And if you don't want to go into a zone, you can just get a larger range that has your induction cooktop that you're using all the time and a gas side burner if you can have gas but don't want to use it for everything. Why would you choose induction over gas for wok cooking at all? Here are some reasons people are making the switch. One, you might not just have access to gas, and then, you definitely want to do induction over electric. And I'll give you the reasons why. Precision. Induction responds immediately to temperature when you change the controls. Efficiency. Unlike gas is giving out like 90% of the heat to the room. Induction, most of the heat is going to the cooktop, meaning you have a cooler kitchen. Speed, it's instantaneous. Cleanliness, no open flame means less fumes, an easier environment to ventilate. And so, in a well designed modern kitchen, those advantages can make induction surprisingly competitive, even for something like stir frying, which is traditionally with gas. All right, reality check. If the idea of a 40,000 plus appliance package doesn't totally scare you off, there's probably room for something like an induction wok burner in your kitchen. If that sounds like a total stretch or something you'd only see in a designer showroom, it's worth asking. Does this appliance truly earn a place in your plan, or are you better off keeping it portable? I had a client with this very small kitchen, but he wanted a kegerator. He wanted it more than the dishwasher. And you would think a kegerator is something in like the man cave and a bigger thing, but we made it work. And because it was not his forever home, I showed him, we worked out a way to get a dishwasher in there. Back to induction burners. A lot of people say, well, isn't it going to scratch? Yeah, probably, but think of it like your watch. You could buy a brand new watch and You can kind of freak out over that first scratch, but it starts to blend in and get into the background and you don't think about it so much. And when you're moving, a carbon steel wok on a glass cooktop, even a strong tempered glass cooktop, it can scratch or scuff. Even that high-end JennAir brand, their warranty doesn't cover scratches or dents or dings. It's probably going to happen. Test it out on a portable unit first. See if it's a real deal breaker for you. I don't know about the chip part, but scuffing is likely. Another super important tip: ventilation. You cannot skip this. If you are doing a portable version, then just put it under the hood on your range and use it there, and you're good. But for a built-in wok burner and its own station, that station is going to need its own ventilation. Overhead hood that's bigger and wider than the burner is ideal. You could do downdraft. They're getting better. I'm still not crazy about downdraft. So remember, you're not just adding an appliance, you're building a cooking station, that wok station. So what does it cost? Here is a realistic breakdown. The portable induction wok burners, they're one and done. You just plug it in. And so you're going to spend 100 to 300 bucks. Put it under your existing hood and you're golden. The built-in burner, like the JennAir version, it's around 2,500. You're going to spend another 1,000 or even 2,000 on ventilation, install cabinetry, electrical. That can vary a ton. I'll give you some links in the description, but it's going to vary a lot on your setup. So it's not just about the appliance, it's about everything you need to make it usable. So I'm going to give you the architect's take on, does it earn the space? This is what it all comes down to. Does this appliance earn the footprint in your kitchen? Remember what I said about the kegerator. It earned that space even though he didn't have a huge kitchen. So it's not always about, do I have a huge space? Is it worth it for me? Ask yourself, do I cook stir fry 2 or more times a week? Do I have the ventilation and layout to support it? Am I going to put all of that in? Do I want something permanent and streamlined with everything in its place, or portable and flexible and just put it away? You don't have to commit right away. You can test a portable unit, see if it is something that you really like, and if it is, then you design for it. That's what I would tell my clients. And if you've ever wondered how to plan a kitchen layout around your actual cooking habits, not just the old triangle, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. I'm happy to put together a video just about that. Or if there's something else rattling in your head that you need professional advice on, I'm happy to do a video for you. Now you know what induction wok burners are, how they work, and how to plan for one. A beautiful kitchen still has to function. If it doesn't support how you cook, it's just expensive decoration and it's going to leave you with a lot of regret. So let me know in the comments if you want more on kitchen layout planning, especially how to think about cooking stations and flows. I'm always happy to build content around what's most useful for you. I'm Andrew, an architect helping homeowners make intentional design choices that actually reflect how they live. After you have absorbed all that, what do you think? Do you think you want to go all in on a built-in wok burner and make that cooking station, or are you going to stick with something more portable under $500? What makes more sense for you?